Hey everyone, welcome back to Isyour6 Covered. Appreciate you showing up. Today we should have a pretty good show for you guys. We're going to do a little bit of announcements. We're going to do talk about some NRL Hunter. Really going to try to promote the sport of NRL Hunter this year because I enjoyed it so much last year. It was an amazing time, and all the places you can go in the United States, the beauty of the scenery was phenomenal. I would say that my favorite was probably Sheepworks. Basically, it was put on by Gunworks, and it was in the middle of Cody, Wyoming, and it was a gorgeous scenery. So everywhere else was amazing as well, but that one probably hit the top of the list for sure. So hopefully everybody's doing well. Nice to see everybody. We'll get once the announcements get out that we're going live, people start popping up. So hopefully everybody's doing good. How's it going, Abigail? And Joaquin, what the hell he says. So appreciate you guys showing up. We'll wait a few minutes to start, and then we'll have some fun, kind of give out some good information. And then there's a couple good matches going on this weekend. There's one good match called Snipers Unknown. You guys have seen me do some videos on it. You've heard me talk about it before in the past, but this weekend in Clinton House, South Carolina, the Snipers Unknown Challenge is going to take place. So had a chance to go down there and help out. Gamma Meal and Chad and some of the other guys helped build some stages. I won't be shooting it this year because I didn't think I was going to be back here this fast. So I'm kind of excited about that. And of course, we got a couple must shout outs. We got Daniel, guy was my judge, Brian Deshane, El Gato Grande. What's up, Chris? We'll be seeing him down in California. And Mr. Eagle Eye Shooting, if you guys don't know, he is the owner of DP Gunworks, or Desert Precision Gunworks, located in Havasu, Arizona. He's the one that builds a lot of my custom rifles, does an amazing job. So if you guys are in the market for centerfire or rimfire, he'd be somebody to take a look at. And he's busy, but he might find time to build your rifle depending on how far up or down the list you are. So Desert Precision Gunworks, go take a look at him for sure. Hopefully you guys have a wonderful night. We'll get into this and have some fun. Another shout out is Vortex Optics. They've always been a huge supporter of the channel. So just want to give them a quick shout out and for all that they do here on the channel. So thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so let's have some fun. Tonight we're going to talk a lot about NRL Hunter. But before we do that, if you guys ever get a chance, Snipers Unknown Challenge is growing. So there's Chad and Gamma Meal, and they've been getting this bigger and bigger. And now there's a few matches kind of all over the place. So be on the lookout for those. Check out their Instagram where they'll post where their next match will be. This is the end of the year, so they'll be starting over here fresh coming up in 2024. So let's move on to NRL Hunter. So you guys have seen some videos, I would assume, most of you guys that are popping in here. And I had a chance to shoot quite a few matches. And what was really cool is in between matches, I was able to go to the national parks and see a lot of cool stuff. And I am very fortunate for the fact that I do get to screw off now that I retired. So it makes it a lot of fun. But there's going to be a match somewhere near you guys, and all you need is your hunting rifle that you already have and something that would shoot some type of big game, whether it's deer or elk or whatever. You can utilize that, use that rifle that you already have sitting there waiting, and get more proficient with it. It's around the style of hunting. That's why they call it NRL Hunter. Basically, you can shoot as a team with another person, or you can shoot by yourself like I did this last year. There's four different ways of shooting. You shoot as a team, like I said. You can shoot factory. You got to use a factory rifle, and you got to be within specs for weight, but we'll talk about those. And then you can also shoot as an open light, where your rifle is 12 pounds and under, or open heavy, which is 16 pounds or under. Some of the things I will say, if you decide, and hopefully you decide to shoot this, like I said, I'm really trying to promote the NRL Hunter, because I think you guys would have a lot of fun, especially those of you that hunt. I'm not a big hunter, but I enjoy shooting, and this really takes into the whole idea of what a hunter kind of goes through, where he's got to find the target, he's got to figure out how far away the target is, and then he's got to You basically got to shoot at it and hope that he hits it on his first round. If you do hit it on your first round, you get 2 points. If you, what's up, Kentucky Precision? If you hit it on your follow-up shot, you get 1 point. And then you have a certain amount of time. So if you're shooting as a team, you and your partner get 6 minutes, or if it's just you get 4 minutes to get all that into effect. And it's kind of nice because it seems like it's enough time unless you're really having trouble trying to find targets. Now, what I will say is your first target will have a placard, basically like a sheet of paper. It'll have a letter or a number on it. And then you can ask that, basically your RO behind you is, let's just say it's an A. Is A my first target? And they'll say yes or no. So you can ask them questions, which is kind of cool that you can ask questions, but they have to be yes or no questions. So you can't be very like, is it over there on that hill? You got to be more specific than that. So to get this going, basically what happens is we'll use this square here, rectangle. But basically, if this is the shooting position, you'll have 2 outer limits, your left and right limiters. And for you, this is probably backwards, but you have your right and left limiters. And somewhere from here, looking down, inside of this range right here, your targets will be. Sometimes these will be closer. They'll be very narrow. And if they are, then it's a little bit easier to try to find the target, hopefully, depending on how hidden it is. But your left and right limiter will dictate your thing. So usually and hopefully you only see the one sign, whatever number or letter it is, and you'll know that that's your first target. And that sign is basically required to be pretty close to the first target. And then from there, you got to find the rest of the targets. But it gives you a starting point, and it'll tell you near to far, left to right, but it's usually left to right and near to far. So let me jump back out here, say hi really quick. We got Doug B, Papa's Place, Ben B, and we got Thomas Rowland, Twisted Metals of Texas. What's going on? I haven't seen that name in a long time. Eagle Eye Shooting. And I think I got some, I think everybody so far. Tim Rink, William Gittins, Willard Persinger's out there, Vanessa Kitty, Joaquin, I think, Chris Estes. And if I haven't said your name yet, just go ahead and shout it out. Big countries out there, Cyclops Videos. What's up, Cyclops? How are you doing, buddy? Last time I saw you was at the air competition in Utah. Let's see here. Let me read some of these comments. All right, so first thing, if you're deciding to do this, is you'll need a rifle. You'll want something that's basically going to take a power factor of 380,000. So you'll take the bullet weight, and let's just say these are too light. Let's say you got a 148 grain bullet, and it shoots X amount of feet per second. As long as that's over 380,000, you're going to be okay. Unless you're shooting factory ammunition with a factory rifle, then you can do that as well. So some of the things, we'll kind of go over some of the announcements. I'm trying to work on, I've talked to them already, but I just got to set a date. I have said this in the past. Travis Ashita, Benny Cooley, John Pinch, and Matt Allwine. These guys are top-notch shooters. Travis is in charge of the NRL Hunter. He's the man behind the curtain, basically, but he's not behind the curtain. He's always at the matches. Very nice guy, super nice guy. All these guys are great. But I want to get some of these guys on here to talk about the NRL Hunter so that you get an aspect or an idea from another individual talking about it. I know that Benny Cooley, I know that John Pinch and Matt Allwine, these guys are top-notch shooters. Every time they go to the matches, they're pulling some hardware away, meaning trophies. So just phenomenal shooters. So it'd be good to get them on here, get their thoughts and their ideas and how they basically think before they get to a stage, what they're using for gear and that kind of stuff. So that'd be fun to see. So we'll see hopefully sooner than later when we can get them on here. I got a couple other people I want to get on here as well, but in the precision rifle series style stuff for 22 and for the rimfires, and get them on here. Talk about when they went to Italy for Worlds and that kind of stuff. So that'll be pretty interesting as well. So NRLHunter.org, if you guys are interested. There's 2 different styles of shooting. And what I mean by that is there's 2-day events, and then there's like one-day events, and they call those NRL Hunter games. So if you're not wanting to shoot a 2-day match, maybe just want to get an idea. And before I continue on with that, I forgot there's one other thing. So besides team, factory, open light, and open heavy, there's actually what they call, and I can't think of what they call it right now, but basically they're just going there to try it out. They don't have to worry about the rifle being too overweight. They don't have to worry about the caliber they're shooting. And for some reason, I can't think of what it's called. Maybe you guys can help me out. It's not sport, but it's something. I can't remember the name of it because I never shot it. So if you just want to go out and kind of get an idea and go find the targets and engage the targets, say you're having trouble not being able to find a target, the RO will put you onto the target. They'll say, okay, it's over here more. And that's kind of a neat way to get into the game, but I'm more of a let's just do it, sink or swim kind of deal. And I don't know, I feel confident and not very nervous when it comes to shooting a match, so I figured I'd just sign up for it and shoot the matches. Skills division, thanks Eagle Eye, I appreciate it. Yeah, so skills division is pretty awesome for the person that maybe doesn't have that hunting rifle. Maybe they have a PRS rifle that's overweight. Maybe they want to shoot 6 Creedmoor, but they're not going to make power factor, but they just want to see if they maybe want to build a rifle for this style of shooting. You can go in as a skill shooter. It's really cool. The only difference is and the bonus is the cost for the match is cheaper, but you don't have an option of getting onto the prize table. So that's the only difference. But you get to shoot the whole match the same as any other shooter, and you have the help of the RO help you spot, give you wing calls or whatever they need to do to help you have a good time and enjoy the day or the 2-day event, depending on what that is. But there is a ton of matches. They actually added quite a few matches this year, and I'm kind of interested to see there's 2 in Canada. I would really like to at least shoot one of those just to kind of go through the process of trying to get a firearm into Canada and what kind of paperwork that entails and how much of a headache it is and that kind of stuff. I know a lot of friends, like Womfat comes down and he shoots matches here in America, but I don't know if it's harder to get into America as a Canadian and then go back as a Canadian, or if it's harder to come in as an American, go to Canada and come back as an American. So I'm not 100% sure of how tough that would be. And it would be kind of interesting to see as long as I get all my gear back and I actually make the match. So a little bit of worried on that on one aspect, but having a good time and want to see the headache of it as well, but also get a chance to go into Canada and shoot. I've never shot in Canada. I have been checking off the boxes or the states from shooting and traveling all over the United States. I got probably a third of the states to go, or maybe no, I'm probably a little less than half. So I got quite a bit to go, but I've done quite a few, so it's pretty awesome. I'm having a good time. What's up, Jason Fisher? Let's see. NRL 22 Hunter matches are also available. Yeah, there's been a few people putting out matches. I don't know how. I know there's a couple here. I know they're changing the rules on some stuff, maybe to make it a little bit easier, depending on how easy they are to spot. But basically, when you go into these matches, it's supposed to be a blind stage. So basically, you're either hiding behind a bunch of trees where you can't see what the shooter's doing. And this doesn't always take place. There's always going to be a stage or two that you might be able to see. But the whole idea, especially if you're not going to game it, is you're not looking at what they're doing. Everything is off the cuff, trying to figure out everything. And then coming up with a plan of being able to find the targets and figuring out the best way to stay stable and shoot off of rocks, trees, and whatever else they have out there. And kind of talking about that, we'll get into some gear real quick. If you have a regular hunting rifle, a lot of you guys will not have this plate on here. This one's by Area 419. This is basically an Arca rail that you mount. You can see these screws here. They're just put in so I don't lose them. But you can mount your bipod. So you have a bipod. It's on your rifle. One of the benefits to something like this is, depending on what you're shooting off of, you can slide your bipod all the way back or forward to get either more stable or where your rifle's not hanging off of a rock. You can bring it back. This is the front of the barrel over here. And now your stock's kind of right here. So you can have a bag to support the rear and still have your bipod available. So not all rifles come with this. I know the MG Light by Bagara, which I shot this last year, was an amazing rifle. It's in a magnesium stock. I can't touch any rifles. I can't show any type of firearm or it'll instantly, the live will get shut down. But this is a company where you can turn your hunting rifle into maybe something to benefit you as a shooter later. It's very light. It's made out of aluminum. So depending on how heavy or light your rifle is, it may or may not take place. But whatever you're going to shoot on your rifle needs to be weighed. So you can see that this double pull here, and I shot the double pull for the NRL Hunter because I had a lot more options. This is made by MDT now. But you can see this orange zip tie. The orange zip tie means factory division. So depending on what your division you're in, you'll have a certain color style zip tie on your bipod, your chassis, and your scope. So you have to keep the weight below whatever you're going to shoot in, but you're going to want to weight is an important thing, especially if you're right on the cusp of not being able to make it. So I will say with the double pull, the MG Light, the PST Viper by Vortex, and a few like a Ascendant level and some other stuff, I was still plenty of weight. I even could have added weight to my rifle, but I did not because it was pretty stable. It was very balanced, and I definitely enjoyed it. I'm actually trying to see if I can get another barrel. I talked to a gentleman by the name of Phil at Bagara, and hopefully I'll be able to get a factory barrel for that. So I might shoot that again this next year, but I have another rifle coming. Red October. What's up, Red October? How are you, buddy? How's my Texas buddy doing? So with that said, I'm not sure exactly what I'm shooting. I ordered a very nice rifle that's a factory to stay in factory division, ordered an extra barrel because what happened was when I got to the Grand Slam, my barrel was basically burnt out. I had burnt my barrel out within that season of shooting. So it happens, unfortunately, and depending on the strings of how much heat that barrel's taken in, it opened up quite a bit. So I was getting first round impacts, and then by the second or third shot, I started missing. And definitely, part of it was me, but I could tell part of it was the rifle as well. So trying to get another barrel for that, and we'll see what happens. So I'm not officially going to be shooting the new rifle that I got, but I might be, depending on if I can get a barrel or not. So we'll see. So some other gear is, you will see some type of tripod. This is by Really Right Stuff. This is the inverted version, similar to my other one that was a 3-piece. This is basically there's 2 pieces. There's the actual leg attached and then one sliding piece. My other one's 3 pieces. The benefit to this is when you deploy it. So when you have to deploy everything off the clock. So when you run from the staging area down to where you're going to be shooting, everything has to be collapsed and not deployed. You're allowed to have a rifle in one hand and binos in your other hand. So what I did was, instead of having to undo 3 things, I ordered one of these, which, let me kind of go over the parts real quick. But basically, you got the Anvil 30 head. The reason why I like the Anvil 30 head is that's kind of what I cut my teeth on. And that's what I think is probably the best option when it comes to high angle or low angle shooting, where you got a lot more movement up and down. I will say if you're going to use it for a spotting scope and you're going from target to target, the bigger ball head with the side, those work better for that kind of stuff. But I will say the lockup on the Anvil 30 is a little better than trying to tighten that knob. Those work great, but if you were to take this one against the other one, when you crank this all the way down, you can have a super heavy PRS rifle just hanging off on the end where it's all out here, and it's going to hold your rifle. So that's one of the options. So the reason why I brought up wherever the hell I put it I don't even know where to put it. The Arca rail was, now you have an option of clamping your rifle in. Some people don't prefer that. They'd rather use a bag of some sort, and we'll get into bags in a minute. But I don't know where that thing went. Oh, here it is. But basically, you can, when you set the tripod down, this is set up for me. I cut it. I bought a brand new tripod, and I was scared to hell. But I tore it all apart, and I recut everything 4 inches shorter, so that when I'm in the kneeling position, I can actually put my elbow on my knee. The difference is on the invert is you have to turn them the opposite of what you're used to. If your righty-tighty is really not anymore. Now it's lefty-tighty. So I put little arrows just in case on the clock I forget. But now I can just basically throw this out here. I don't have to mess with any of these, and I can shoot from a high position. Or if I have to get over some very tall rocks or tree branches or whatever the case is, I got a lot more options with this. So that was the reason I went with that. If not, you're going to have to go with something like this. So if you're not going to go ahead and get something that has an Arca, or you're not going to purchase some type of Arca rail for your rifle, then you got to go to Picatinny. And you guys might know that is the smaller one that you'll see on ARs. This will work just fine, but more than likely you won't have the adjustability of sliding it up and down your rifle, because they're not as you won't see that as much unless you're shooting some type of like AR upper platform that it has like a quad rail or something that goes all the way around it that you have some options with. But that's an option as well. Some other gear is bags. So bags, I carried this one right here. This is my PRS bag. It's got heavy fill in it. It weighs 8.5 pounds. And it's pretty heavy to carry all day, humping through the hills. But I just like it because of stability, and I've shot off this for so long that I decided I'll just carry it because that's what I'm used to. But you got other options here. This one's by Weebad, and this one's only a pound, 1.6. No, it isn't. It's 3.1 pounds, and it's a lot lighter, so basically half the weight. And they actually make stuff lighter by Sandsock. This, I just brought a little squeeze bag, but basically Sandsock makes this with really light fill. And now there's a lot of light fill companies coming out with stuff. So you can basically get the schmedium if you want that first bag with light fill in it or whatever. Different bags, just bags I've had over the few years that I've been shooting. This is a Tater Tot by Weebad. Great bag. Not my favorite, but great bag. Rain gear. So rain gear for you and your rifle, whether it's dust or mud or rain, you're going to want something to protect your rifle and keep it dry in between stages. So this is one that has worked well. After a while, this is by Coltac, and it works good. After so much rain, everything kind of gets drenched because you're either setting it down or whatever when it's your turn to shoot. And you forgot to fold it up right, so everything got wet. And then backpacks. You're going to need a backpack, so you're not going to have a cart like you'd see in my other videos where I have the Range Runner cart. That's not the style shooting for this. So you're going to be carrying all your gear for the day. You're going to be carrying basically your binos, whether they're range finding binos or not, a rangefinder, dope cards, or armbands with all your data on it, your tripod, your rifle, your ammo, and some snacks and water for the day. This is an Everly stock. This one's actually set up where it has a scabbard in the middle, and you can unbuckle it and run your rifle down it. I've never done that. I don't use it that way. But yeah, you can run your rifle in it like that. And I just basically carry my rifle. You'll see this right here. This is how I carry my rifle. I just click it in. My next matches, Davey J, I got to get a calendar and figure out the matches that I want to be shooting. I got a lot of See, here we go. So basically, because I was shooting factory, and I'm actually switching to burger ammo this time. I still have some from the last match in here. These are 140 grain ELD match. Got some of this magic stuff here just in case. I don't really, basically that's a cleaned out bag. I just missed the pocket, but yeah, I don't have anything else in it. But yeah, you're going to need some type of backpack. So it doesn't need to be one with a scabbard. It doesn't need to be like that. You can sling it. You can hook your rifle on your shoulder. But you just got a bunch of crap you need to carry. So a backpack is preferred. I would say everybody I've seen out there shooting and all the matches I went to, they all had a backpack of some sort. 98% of them had a tripod. Not everybody had a tripod. Some ran it with basically a plate on top where they just put their bag, and that could be because they're used to it. I know if you get used to shooting this when it's locked in, it's kind of cool because if you have a one target, four position stage where you got to move from all the way around, you can just basically pick up your rifle, and this is attached to it already, like a really tall bipod per se. And then you can set the rifle back down, readjust to get on your target, lock it up, and if you practice this way and you get used to it, you can be pretty accurate with it. If you're not used to shooting from a tripod at all, it is completely different than shooting off of a barricade. Just the way the recoil and basically trying to spot your hits, your tripod can rock back a little bit and you might miss your impact or your miss. So a little bit of training is involved in this. You can use it as a rear support, like you'll see on some of the matches where they'll use it in the back here and kind of hold it. So you have like 3 points of contact, maybe got a bipod on something. And then in the back, you have this lengthened out, and you can use it as a rear support. So that's another option, but they're pretty light, especially depending on the company you go with. Really Right Stuff is probably the top of the line when it comes to tripods. Through their SOAR program, if you're looking for one of these, you got to go through SOAR. So that's kind of their special, I don't know what it's called, special operations or whatever the hell it is, but it's going to be Really Right Stuff and then SOAR. And then you'll see some of this stuff. Other stuff I use by Really Right Stuff is the Bino clip. It's basically, and they're always never in stock. So if you actually see one on there and you're looking for one, buy the son of a gun, because I got sweet tea, JBJ. It's slightly sweet. So I'll give you an update on what's going on with me. I am at, I think, 8.5 or 9 months of not smoking. And I'm trying to do a lot better by drinking slightly sweet. So you can see that this is 60 calories instead of 120. So I'm cutting my sugar intake by half, which is pretty good. Every once in a while I'll go through a fast food and get a sweet tea, but for the most part I got a bunch of these in the fridge, so I've been killing these left and right, so it's good. Keeps +5 in the prayers. What's wrong with +5? He's facing a rough time at the moment. Oh, shit. I'll have to give him a call. All right. Thanks for the heads up, Joaquin. Let me get back to some of your guys' comments. Let's see here. Abigail wants to visit Sudbury, Ontario. Let's see, because you have range targets from scratch. Because you have to range the targets from scratch, did you or will you change your optic to the one that has better range estimation tools? No, all my ranging is done from binos. I use the Vortex Furies. In front of me are the SIG DDX 3000s because my Furies are upstairs because I use those. These I haven't used in a long time. Nothing wrong with these. I will say that the SIG, the 10Ks that have just come out, the computer system is wicked fast. I mean, wicked fast. That is a bonus, but their blue color in their lens sucks, unfortunately. And they're probably going to bust me up because I see them in every match. They're a huge sponsor for NRL Hunter. And every match, when you sign up, go sign their waiver to check out their stuff and shoot their stuff, because not every match, maybe every match that I went to, SIG was giving a pair of BDX like 6,000 or 10,000s away. So that's huge. That's amazing what SIG's doing for them. So huge shout out to them for that. But yeah, they basically take all the waiver forms and they pull one out of the hat, and somebody wins SIG BDX 6,000s or 10,000s. I can't remember. I think it's 6s or 8s. I don't know. But I know they're giving away range-finding binos every match, so that's pretty awesome to one person. So that's pretty damn awesome. But yeah, they were the main sponsor of NRL Hunter this last year. So give them kudos because they're awesome, especially for doing that. But yeah, the sweet tea. So the sweet tea is definitely still around, and I'm gonna take a break here and grab some real quick. Spare magazine, whether you're shooting NRL Hunter, PRS centerfire, PRS rimfire, 22 rimfire stuff, whatever you're shooting, competition-wise, you should always have a backup magazine. There's always one that'll go to shit. And actually, this magazine right here, I think this is the one. No, it wasn't. I was in a match that was really hot. I can't remember where I was. Oh, I was in Provo, Utah, I think is where I was. And the feed lips from that magazine actually would open up, and all my bullets would come flying out. And luckily, I had a backup, and MDT makes one of these with the windows in it, and it has a metal feed lips. And I really like those because then you don't have to worry about the temperature screwing up. But I don't know if I put that in any of my videos or not. Is there a mag capacity limit? Abigail, you're only going to shoot 8 shots max. So I'll kind of get into how this works. You're going to have 3 different options. You're going to have 1 target, and you have to move 3 times or 4 times. You're going to have 2 targets in 2 positions, or you're going to have 4 targets, 1 position. I think I said that right. But those are basically your 3. But the most you'll ever shoot is 4 targets twice. Say you missed every target. So you got 4 targets. I shoot the first target, I miss. I shoot the first target again on my second round, I hit it. So that's 2 shots. I do the same thing. That's 4 shots, 6, and 8. So the most you'll ever shoot is 8 shots. The best you can ever do is I shoot 4 rounds and I shot the 4 targets. Or I went to 4 positions and shot that same target on my first shot. So the most you'll ever shoot is 8 rounds. So you don't have to worry about having a high capacity magazine. These are 10 rounders. So let's say you had a failure, something jammed up, you can basically eject that one and you'll still have 2 extra if you needed to. But you'll never shoot more than 8 rounds. I will say going to a lightweight barrel that's carbon fiber and shooting 8 rounds, especially if you're, I'll get into that in a minute. But basically, if you go from that stage and then you're up, you get ready to shoot and you're shooting again very quickly, your barrel has the ability to kind of open up, meaning say you have a 1 MOA rifle, minute of angle, and now that the barrel's hot, it's maybe 3 minutes angle or whatever the case is. You might have a less likely chance of shooting and hitting whatever you need to because your barrel's still super hot. So there's that. What was the other thing I was going to bring up? When you are getting ready to go, and the reason why I bring this up is because some people don't like the whole idea of you have a big squad, and then you go to the one stage and you guys all shoot, and then you go to the next stage, but you can't really move on and start shooting again. Say you were the first shooter here, you got to wait for, say, 10 shooters to shoot. When you get done shooting, you're no longer with these people because they haven't seen the stages. So there's blind stages, like I said. So you can go off to the next one. Sometimes you'll be able to, what's up, Josh Thomas? You'll be able to go ahead and shoot because maybe there's no one at that next stage. So it's a lot different than PRS when it comes to the whole waiting time thing. It's not like that with you don't see the big long. Every once in a while they'll get backlogged, but for the most part it seems to run a lot faster than like your PRS centerfire or rimfire matches. So to some that can be a huge benefit. They don't like sitting around waiting for a while. But that's some of the gear. Some of the other gear, like I showed you, was the factory boxes of ammo that I pulled out of that bag a little bit ago. Some people use, something like this. You would see at Cabela's. Basically, it's just an ammo holder that I got taped so I can't open it. But this is how they'll open it up after the next stage, load their magazine, and then throw this back in their bag. And then some people, this is by Bison Tactical. This is kind of a cool sleeve thing that you add your ammunition to, and it doesn't take up too much room, and then you have enough for the match. So then everything's inside here. You just throw it in your backpack, and then when you go to reload your mags, you just grab this out and kind of do it. The benefit to this style shooting is a lot of people have hunting rifles, where if you were to take that same hunting rifle, kind of like this rifle right here that I took to a PRS match, which was my first match in Utah, and I did really horrible at. One, it was great experience, and I learned a ton. I learned that I wanted to be a lot better and shoot better and learn the whole sport of PRS. But I learned that rifle there was not designed around PRS style shooting. It was a lot lighter. It was a 6.5 Creedmoor. So the recoil was more than a lot of the guys shooting PRS are shooting like six Creed and 6 Dasher and BRs and all this other Wildcat stuff. So having the right gear makes it a little bit nicer. Now, I will say for the NRL Hunter is most people have some type of hunting rifle already, which makes it nice. So you can take kind of the stuff you already have that you go hunting with and go out and utilize it. Whether you want to shoot in that factory division, the light open or the heavy open, or if you want to just try skills because it doesn't make weight or it's not the right caliber, you can go out and really enjoy your time and see if maybe you want to keep going with this. So you don't have to really, the investment's not there like it would be if you're like, I'm just going to start shooting PRS and hopefully I like it because I'm going to spend, a buttload of money trying to see if I like the sport. So that's a benefit to it. Abigail still needs a bad MF at some point. I think they have some in stock. I don't know for sure, but they're definitely nice. I have one over there. I'm not utilizing it as much as I probably could or should, but they're great to have for sure. Let me catch up, see if anybody's got any more questions. If you got any questions, ask them. Hopefully I know the answer. I may not, but at least I can say I'm not sure. Let's see. Can you use AR-10 on building in factory? I know you can use it for, depending on how heavy it is, in open light, open heavy. But there's basically a list of manufacturers that make factory rifles for NRL Hunter. And it's usually the bigger names, but it's got to be basically their build. So like the Bagara MG Light is made by Bagara. And it's basically a rifle designed around that style shooting. It's in a magnesium chassis, and it is a great rifle. So as far as building an AR-10, I don't think that'll work, Abigail. You can go shoot it. You can definitely go shoot that rifle, but I don't know if you'd be in factory. And it wouldn't really matter anyways. Do skills, do open light or open heavy. Who cares? Just go have fun with it. I don't know what happened to TR. I don't know what happened to Roger. Davey J still hoping up for a belt. Yeah, I don't know. That is a great question. Can I borrow a few of those wall props? Yeah, sure. Yeah, this is I kind of updated it lately. It was kind of becoming a mess down here. So a lot of you guys from the old school remember when I had a flood. And it's after the flood, and I had to rip out all the flooring. I kind of didn't want to hang out down here anymore because I was a little bummed or depressed about having it almost completely done and then it flooding out. And then I was like, wow, shit. So then I didn't spend as much time down here, didn't take the initiative to like, so I might get motivated and redo the flooring and then I'll be proud of it down here. Right now I'm not proud of it. I've cleaned it up a little bit, but it's since the flooring's not done, it kind of sucks because it's kind of back to square one. Thanks on the wall. The wall looks good. I need more wall actually. I got a lot of stuff, not a lot of stuff, but I got some stuff sitting around. Yeah, Red October remembers. But I'm interested in getting a calendar and figuring out what matches I'm going to go to. And hopefully I'll be in your area. Hopefully you guys will come shoot a match with me. And that'd be kind of fun, especially if you guys like hunting. I got a couple friends in Idaho that are big hunters, and I'm trying to convince them to shoot one. I know I'll be shooting one in Idaho just because I'll get to visit my buddy, and which will be pretty awesome. But I would say the ones that I had a chance to go to, they were all amazing. The only way I could say my favorite one is just from looks of the environment. It wasn't because the match was put on better. It had better, prize trophy stuff. None of that. All that is like awesome on all of them. It was just the fact of the beauty of being on the top of this mountain, having a chance to shoot down like 21 degrees and up 21 degrees, which can play hell on your ballistics if you're not paying attention. And then the beauty of I think it was Buffalo Bills Reservoir was there in Cody, Wyoming. And they called it Sheep Mountain, I think is what the name was. But the beauty was top notch. It was amazing. So they were all great. But I would say my favorite for looks when it comes to, the nature and beauty of it was definitely the Cody, Wyoming one. So if you get a chance, shoot that one. It'd be great to see you out there. And if not, find one that's close by. There's one going to be in Georgia coming up. Basically, the season starts in January. I think the first match being put on, maybe Kenny over at Eagle Eye Shooting, if he's still here. There's one in Arizona. But the first one's in Arizona in January. And then there's a couple in California. There's some all over the place. I can't remember all of them. And I actually had it looked up, and then I forgot to save the picture, so kind of sucks. Let's see here. 24 NRL Hunter. I was going to try to find it real quick. But there's a ton of matches, and I'll go over some of them real quick. Seasons, 24 schedule. This is all stuff you guys can do. So Paulden, Arizona is the first one. Vance, Alabama. Mason Valley, California. Bartlesville, Oklahoma. Blakely, Georgia. Pueblo, Colorado. Clarence, Missouri. I think that's Missouri. Arbuckle, California. Grandfield, Oklahoma. Laramie, Wyoming. Julietta, Idaho. Vernal, Utah. Pioneer, LA. Was that Louisiana? LA? Cranbrook, BC, Canada. For you Canadians out there. Carbon Hill, Alabama. Belt, Montana. Madras, Oregon. Hebron, North Dakota. That's the one I shot called Rough Rider. That was my first match I shot, and I was lucky enough to get a first place factory trophy on that one, so that was pretty cool. Let's see. Brownfield, Texas. Price, Utah. That was a great match. That was put on by Hornady, by Verrill Dolan. Amazing dude. Shoots great. Alberta, Canada again. Cody, Wyoming. That's the Gunwork Sheep one. This is the one if you guys want to be on the hill. and check out the beautiful scenery. That's the one that was my favorite, Cody, Wyoming one. And Clovis, New Mexico. Decorah, IA. I don't remember. Iowa? Is that Iowa? Help me out, people. But that's some of them right there. So those are the ones coming up. Gunsight is in Paulden, Arizona. Great place to shoot, but has been a shit show last 2 matches. All right. How many miles on your Batmobile so far? Outlaw Josie Wales, I put 40,000 on it this year. A lot of adventures. I can't remember how many national parks I went to in it so far. Had a chance to, on the way back from the Rimfire Nationals in PA, we went to Shenandoah National Park, and that was pretty cool, but it reminded me of the Blue Ridge Parkway, which is 10 minutes up the street here. So, but it was pretty, and we were able to put a new sticker on the van, which was awesome. So other than that, it's Iowa, Abigail says. Thanks. Is there mini eastern side or more western? More western. There is a couple on the east. That one in Blakely, Georgia. And there was one in, where did I shoot that thing at? What state was that? Shit, I can't remember. But it was more towards the east coast. Gap Rhyme. Let's see. Oh, Eagle Eye Gap Grind one. No news. Yeah, so you're going to see a lot of them out west. The reason why is on the East Coast, and there's a couple places like Clinton House could put on a really nice NRL Hunter. I was actually talking to Mike Sexton yesterday about it when I was helping the guys out with the Snipers Unknown. I think that would be a good facility for an NRL Hunter. It definitely would be able to work because there's enough vegetation to hide stuff and that kind of stuff. So that would be pretty awesome. So maybe there'll be one out there coming up soon enough. Blakely, Georgia's going to have one, and I don't remember their topography and terrain of how they could put one on. I would assume they got places to make it so it's blind stages and stuff like that. So it'll be pretty interesting. I plan on shooting that one. Jose Gardner, I think, is going to run that one. He's a really cool dude. So hopefully, I know he shoots all over the place. Great shooter, him and his wife, and they know what they're doing. So I'm sure the match will be amazing. So that'll be awesome. As far as East Coast, yeah, a lot, or more West Coast. Your Idahos, your Laramie, Wyomings, your Price, Utahs, your all in that kind of the region, more towards the west. They have a lot more property that they can do it. The one in North Dakota, there was on a, I can't remember how many acres that guy owned. We ended up meeting the owner of the actual property that it was on. It was like 39,000 acres or something. It was some crazy amount of property. I can't even fathom how many acres it was. I don't remember, but it was like 39,000 acres or something. So plenty of area for that. There was a lot of farming area, but there was a lot of valleys where you were able to put up stages. So it was a lot of fun. Let's see. Yeah, Eagle Eye's been busy. Hopefully, give him a prayer for his family. Other than that, questions, concerns. We're already at 48 minutes. Usually we go for 2 hours, but I don't know if I have time. I don't know if I have enough to talk about unless you guys ask questions. The stuff that I think everybody would know doesn't pop out because I'm thinking you guys already know it. But there may be something out there, and I could probably think of some other stuff as well. But a lot of it, and the reason why I enjoy it so much, one is there's always the beauty of the countryside, and then two, it's very it's designed around the hunter, so that's pretty awesome. Yeah, Shaggy Raffman, alive. I know it's been a while. I've been busy. With lots of cool stuff. Been hanging out. Finally got home again from being all over the place. Had a chance to go to the Bahamas, and and it's been fun. It's been fun ever since. Have I tried the Garmin 901? I have not. I've seen some cool videos out by X-Ring on some new Garmin stuff, but I haven't had a chance to play with any of it, and I'm not sure. Need you out in Wyoming. Need a couple snipers on my 6. Shaggy Rifleman. I was out in Wyoming. What part of Wyoming are you in? But good question, Samsung. I appreciate the questions. Appreciate the questions. Don't be scared. Ask questions. Other than that, I think that's about it. Again, big shout out to the guys at Snipers Unknown Challenge. That is this weekend. So for those that signed up and had a chance, or maybe you guys don't even know what it's about. So it's team sniper match. So I've been to the last 3. Yeah, the last 3. I'm going to miss this one because I didn't even think I was going to be back in North Carolina. And I kind of forgot about it because my partner, Mr. Hedges, which I haven't seen on here, he's sick. So we wouldn't have been able to make it anyway. So am I done with X matches? No. No, I'm not. I'm kind of transitioning. I've been having a lot of fun with the NRL Hunter stuff, and I kind of screwed up by not practicing my we can kind of go into this too. You probably may have seen the video of my nationals for PRS rimfire. It was a complete shit show. Shot like shit. And a lot of that is due to me not practicing and not caring enough. So either one, I need to, practice, put some more time, energy, and effort into it, or just go out and have fun and not really care where I end up finishing. But that's kind of tough for me. So I think I just need to go do some more practicing. I actually got a box over there I'm going to be sending out, and we're going to change a barrel on it and see if how it does. So we'll see. We shall see. Y'all are slacking. Hit the thumbs up, y'all. Yeah, the Shaggy Rifleman. I don't know how many we have. We got 33 watching. I don't know how many thumbs up we have. But yeah, if you get a chance, back out real quick, give it a thumbs up. It'll help the algorithms kind of get more people over here. They're like, oh yeah, I remember this channel. We used to do live streams all the time. But I've been enjoying life. I've been enjoying the time in the van and enjoying traveling and seeing things that I want to see. Everybody's got their little bucket list, and I had a chance this year to go on a week's vacation with my son, and that was really cool. So I met him in Idaho. He's in Montana now, but I met him in Idaho, and we got to go dooning and the what was that place called? Can't think of what it's called. The sand dunes of Oregon. So we rented some Raptor 700s, and we used to do that. I grew up doing that as a kid, and then my kids grew up doing that as a kid. So it was really fun to get back and play in the sand. So excited about it. For the hunter matches, 6mm Creedmoor or 6 ARC. Samsung, you got to stay within the 380,000 power factor. So if you can make a 6mm bullet, a 6mm Creed bullet fast enough and weigh enough to go fast enough to get 380,000, then, because I know they're adding 6mm, but I think you might have to shoot factory ammo with that. I'm not sure. That's a new ruling, and I don't know what the rule's going to end up being, or it might be already completed, and I don't know the answer to. I shoot the 6.5 Creedmoor just for the fact that I'm shooting factory ammo, so I'm not really worried about that. But I kind of wanted that rifle to be able to do stuff with, so if I decided to ever go hunting, I could have a rifle that would do it. There is a possibility of NRL Hunter match at Peacemaker in West Virginia in 2024. Awesome, Wombat. I got my servo CZ build back, and it shoots balance beautifully. Awesome, Justin. Awesome, man. Krieger barrel, 26-inch blended tuner. Nice. By the way, Rick, finally done with my M4 build, and it shoots beautiful. Hell yeah. No, that's awesome. Oh, we got an honor. No question. It was great having the live, Mr. R. Keep up with what you're doing. All the best. I appreciate it, Otter. Thank you. Otter, you got to remind me, where are you at again? You're in, I want to say Iceland. Is it Iceland? I'm going to screw this up, Otter, and I don't want you to be mad at me, but it's been a while since Iceland, I think. That's going to be my final answer. Is it Iceland? Come on, Otter. Give me the answer, buddy. Am I close? Does anybody else remember where China? No, it ain't China. It ain't China. Iceland, I think. Is it Iceland? I think it's Iceland. Come on, I'm waiting on you, Otter. Otter lives in a volcano. As long as the volcano's in Iceland. You guys are great. It's funny. A lot of you guys have been on this channel for years, and I thoroughly enjoy that. Yeah, okay, I was right. Yes, I got one answer right. Otter, I won the Jeopardy question of the day. Look at that. I feel good now. I feel confident about my memory, even though it's shit. But what else? What else is going on? What else you guys want to talk about? I know CJ had asked to talk about rimfire and centerfire. No, I don't know what you want to know. That was in those reels that you put on, and I don't like the reels. I don't even do the reels, but I figured I'd give you guys a little extra. Hey, I'm going to be going live at 9 o'clock. So hopefully that helps some of you come over. If not, your thing probably said, Rick is live. I'm thinking about doing a new logo for Isyour6covered. I'm getting tired of the old one, so I might come up with something new. I don't know what yet. Maybe you guys have some ideas. I thought about putting the van in it, the battle wagon, and then I'm like, what if I get rid of the van? Not that I'm planning on it, but what if I was to get rid of it? Then the logo would be kind of dumb. So I don't know. Let me know what you think. Trying to think of stuff that'd be interesting. See, I missed it, but I'm here. And now 9 p.m. is my time. Or 8 p.m. All right, what are we at? Are we at an hour? We're almost at an hour. Maybe we'll do an hour. We'll see how the algorithm's like the hour. Might be better. Might be better than the 2 hours. Got a 6.5 build waiting on my Zermatt origin action with Krieger barrel. 12 to 14 weeks on actions. Everything's taken a while, it seems like. There's a certain manufacturer and I got lucky by knowing a contact for a certain rifle. And I'm like, man, these things are always out of stock and you can't find them anywhere. And I was able to make a phone call, and then that person was actually headed to that certain facility. So I said, well, and they weren't able to even help him out per se, but the reason why I got one coming sooner than later is because he already had an order in for one of them. So I was able to buy that one that hasn't even shown up yet. What's up, Scotsman? But I was able to order it with an extra barrel and a barrel wrench. So now if I'm on the road and my barrel goes to shit, I will have the option of swapping it out. So that could be a bonus. So we shall see. But yeah, finding parts is a little tough. Finding ammo and lots is tough. I did a video, guys, if you're interested in finding, like, if you're going to go compete and you need, like, a lot, meaning not many, but the lot of ammunition to be the same. So definitely check out that video, and it'll talk about it. Blue collar reloading. There's a lot of videos in here that I recorded, but I didn't I never made videos on it. I didn't feel like it was video quality was good enough per se, or the topic wasn't great, and so I have to work on some videos for you guys. So if you guys got some topics and you want me to do some videos on or questions as well, put them down here while we're here, and that'll give me some thoughts for the next videos coming up. My plan is to head out to South Carolina, Clinton House, and do some video footage of the Snipers Unknown Challenge. So hopefully I get some, since I'm not shooting it, I don't have to, like focus on shooting and try to get some video footage. I can actually just go get some video footage. So it'll be kind of cool. And that's my plan for the weekend. So I'll be down in South Carolina doing some video footage. I'm waiting on my Sprinter van to get back from Camping World. And then if that happens, I won't have to drive back and forth, because that sucks. It's 2 hours basically each way. Yeah, the new whole, what's up, Bald and Curious? The whole new time change thing sucks. It just gets too dark too early. I go to bed way too late, and I'm going to blame that on Netflix. Netflix has way too many TV series where it just goes from episode 1 and it just keeps going, and I keep watching it. And then I'll look at my phone and it'll say 4:30 in the morning. It'll say 5:30 in the morning. It'll say 6 o'clock in the morning. And then I sleep in and half my day's wasted. So I'm going to try to do better. No guarantees. But at the end of the day, I don't need to be at work till whenever I want to, because I don't have to go to work anymore. Did you make a video on the Scorpion? I remember when X-Ring was doing theirs. I have a Scorpion right there. And I have, no, I always point the wrong direction. What? My hand won't go over there. That one. That's the law enforcement version minus the full auto. And it's great. I will say, if you're going to buy the two, that one, God, I keep pointing the wrong direction. That one it's a 9mm pistol carbine, but it's a 2-tack stamper. So it's a suppressed, and it's basically considered a long barrel rifle. So you had to, or a short barrel rifle. So you had to get the tack stamp for that. I will say that forget everything's different. This thing right there is something I enjoy even more. And I can't touch it. I did a video on it. It's called a Strybog. And when you put the suppressor on there, I'm using the R2 squared by Microtech. That thing is freaking awesome. I enjoy it. It's got better. I'm just used to the features. It's more designed around an AR, so basically the grip and everything and is more like an AR than the CZ over there. Now the CZ, geez, I keep doing it. The CZ over there is an awesome, amazing little 9mm, but I will say that the Strybog's freaking amazing. Global Ordnance sells those. The one I was talking about over here. Damn it, I'm going to do this the whole time. Right here, this one. And it's the problem with those is depending on what month it is and the ATF and the pistol brace and all that stuff. But with the pistol brace on there and throwing the suppressor on it, it's awesome. I mean, that would be the way to go. That would be the way I would go. Strybog rules. Yep. Bald and Curious knows. He shot a Strybog. Can we abolish the NFA and ATF already? I know, Abigail. I will say, I wish. Don't touch the guns. I know. How's the trigger? The trigger on this one, no, this one over here is awesome. The one on the CZ is awesome as well. They're not like magical. They're not like, like a 2011 trigger, but they're nice. They're nice. Other than that, basically everything you see. So it has it's designed around something. So the blue one on this side is my PRS rifle. The camouflage one over there is basically like a sniper rifle for doing things. And then the one over here that's right below the camouflage, that's set up for night stuff. And then the one over here is a 300 blackout where my hair's touching. That is a 300 blackout with a suppressor built or put into it. So it's got like a 9-inch barrel. So the whole thing's pretty compact. That's a pistol. And then you got my 3-gun rifle, that red one. And then, so they're all basically depending on what you're trying to do, it would be the reason why you grab it. Just put a stack on it. ATF can give their balls a tug. Yeah. Pistol brace thing was allegedly overruled a couple days ago. I don't care, though. I didn't comply. And that's the reason why you see that one. It's just sitting there. And I have SBR. I have an SB. That's that one's an SBR. That Scorpion right there. So, it's like whatever. I think you can get lowers for the Strybog. The take AR-15s will be fun with the Trigger Tech single stage. Yeah, the trigger's nice in it. It's not bad. I wouldn't change it out. It's good enough. It's definitely good enough. What other gizmo gadgets did I get lately? I got a new brake that you guys probably never heard of. It's by Axis. Let me go grab it. Might be something you're interested in. So I was talking to Benny Cooley, which huge kudos to that guy. He's an amazing shooter, like I said before. But this is the Axis Works. This is all titanium. This is set up for that rifle whenever it shows up. Here is, if you guys are interested, that's who makes it. Titanium, and it's the 5-port 5/8 by 24 Series 2 in 6.5 Creedmoor, or 6.5, I guess. Self tuning, but it's the enabler. So this is what he uses. I figured I'd give it a shot. Basically, the rifle I'm building is designed around what his specifications are. I figured it'd be cool to try it out. But yeah, it's a good looking, super lightweight titanium 5-port. So this is the Series 2, but it's super light. So when you're really trying to get your rifle to comply, because it needs to comply with the weight, you got to run stuff that sometimes is expensive. So how much do you think this was, guys and gals? How much is a titanium brake? Don't look it up. Guess. Don't guess. Guess. Are they out of Arizona, Kenny? If so, I did not know. I got the receipt right here. Tempe, Arizona. Yep. That is a fact. I will do this. They even gave me a little cool note on the back. But they are located. Come on, focus. Focus. But it's Axis Works. They gave me a cool little note on the back. So I dealt with Eric. Really nice guy. He had it sent out the day I ordered it. So he had it in stock. It weighed, I don't know if that's with the packaging and everything. No, it can't be. I guess it could. It says 4.2 ounces. I don't know if that's with the box and everything. That seems light. Maybe that's just the 5-port. I don't know. But that's what I'm going to run on this next one. I don't know how great it is, but according to a really good source that does really, really well, it might probably is awesome. So I figured I'd show you guys that. This is going on that other rifle too when it shows up. This I used to run on that camouflage one there, so I could run arc rail. That is a Tikka which is an awesome rifle. I might have Kenny rebuild barrel that into something else, but I'm not sure yet. And like I said earlier, Desert Precision Gunworks is one of the sponsors of the show, along with Vortex Optics. So if you guys are interested, buy something from Vortex or Desert Precision Gunworks. Order yourself a new rifle or a new chassis. $250 too much. Yeah, they're expensive. So it was like $200. Did I even look? I probably didn't even look. You know how hard it is to stay focused when you're trying to come up with shit to say? It doesn't even say on here. I'm not lying either. Let me fold my address out of the way. No cost on it. But yeah, it was $200. I think it was more than that. I was like, damn, that's a lot of money. I'm like, this thing better work amazing. Oh yeah, Kenny wants me to try the 25 GT. That'd be kind of cool to put in there. Let's see. Davey J, I don't know anything about this one, but I'll put it up. I don't even know how to say that. Polonium. I forgot I could even do that. Let's see. Oh, I saw this video, Abigail. I can't remember what it was. But yeah, I did see that video. Let's see. Yeah, I think John Rollins was right. It was right. I was like $295 or something. It was something stupid. I was like, ouch. And we'll make power factor for NRL Hunter. Basically a better 6PR. Yeah, after this year, I'm going to do one more year of factory, and then I'll build some custom rifle for NRL Hunter. I know, Abigail. This sport is expensive, girl. It is a lot of money. Too much money. You guys would be blown away at some of this stuff here. All right. Any other questions? Questions, comments, concerns? Axeworks said 240. I looked it up. Okay, 240 then. Samsung says 240. Did anybody say 240? You guys said 250. 250. Yeah, and then there's some tool bullshit that they threw in, I think. But basically, this is the tool to tighten her down. I don't know if it comes with it or if they just added it or what, but basically that goes inside the ports, and then you can use it to crank it. It's kind of cool, though. They did a really good job of machining this part. And it says Enabler Tool Wrench. Comes with a sticker, a couple stickers. That was kind of cool. And this one. And another sticker, but now we're just getting sticker happy. We're just getting a little too sticker happy for my I have over 10,000 invested in guns, gear, and other shooting items. Yeah, it's not cheap. It is not cheap. I would ask what you guys think's on the wall, but then I'd have to calculate it up, and I wouldn't want to know the answer to that. So it's better if I don't know. I don't want to know. We'll leave it at that. What else? What else? Tell me more. Tell me more. Tell me more. Okay, I got a question for you guys. What's one rifle, pistol, whatever their most expensive purchase was in the rifle or pistol industry, like single purchase? The one thing you bought, you're like, oh man, I shouldn't buy this, but you bought it anyways. Shaggy, I don't want to know. I haven't looked it up because I don't want to know. The freaking DN 2600. Oh, your CNC. Yeah, if you guys don't know, Kenny got a brand new CNC machine. Thing's going to be freaking amazing. What's this van you got? Haven't seen it yet. Doug B, you haven't seen the van, the battle wagon? Oh, man, you got to catch up on some videos. It's a Sprinter van. I've been traveling all over the United States shooting matches and been having a good time. Ace in the Hole says $3,800. What was it? What pistol or rifle was it? There you go. Proof CF. Carbon fiber AR-15 barrel. Yeah, nice. Yeah, Doug B, you got to catch up on some videos, buddy. There's some videos that shows the inside and all that stuff. It's funny how many people recognize the van when I show up to matches now. They're like, I knew that was you. Smith & Wesson 1076, real FBI model, 1800. Nice. Oh, yeah, the Staccato P. A lot of people love that pistol. I've had a chance to shoot those. Those are nice. My Glock was my most expensive single purchase, or maybe it was my Midwest Industries upper. My shotgun was for it. Nice. Have you made it to New York yet? I've been to New York. I haven't shot a match in New York. I kind of am scared to go to New York when it comes to having guns and shit in my car. I built the rest and bought gear pieces by piece. The OEM factory mags that came out to about $1,800. Yeah, that's a big purchase on magazines. Oh, John Rowland's got the Scar 17. That's awesome. I don't know what mine would be. That's a good question. Oh, it'd be my pistol, my Infinity 9mm. That would be it. For a one item kind of thing. Yeah, it would be that. Meet any mamacitas on your trip? I met a mamacita on my she's watching, I think. In the Bahamas. So she's a Bahama mama. So there you go. A little insight into my true life. I don't like to say much, but yeah. She got a chance to go to the PRS National. So some people have had a chance to meet her, and she's super cool. So there's that. Total cost of my primary rifle is about $2,500. Yeah, I'm excited, David J. Let's see here. So she might start shooting, actually. So some rimfire stuff, which would be awesome because then that'll give me a reason to want to practice rimfire again. So who knows? We'll see. I got a rifle, a couple of rifles. One Kenny's working on that I'm gonna try maybe this year. I don't know. I got a rifle I'm sending to Kenny, and I might shoot that rifle when it gets back. And then I have the backup rifle, which is over there. Actually, right. Oh, is this gonna spin or not? Spin. Let's see. How the hell is it? It's over there. It's over there. It looks like the same one I've been shooting for the last couple of years. Just a different one. One's in a box that needs to get sent out. But other than that, that's about it. I'm going to try to get better on the rimfire stuff. Get my ass back into wanting to practice. So I think that'll be cool. So hopefully, if it ends up working out, that'll give me a reason to get back on the rimfire. If shit happened right now, what rifle, pistol, and gear would you grab? I would grab, well, it's dark, so I would grab I would grab this one right there because that has all my infrared shit on it. So it's got an IR laser and stuff on it. So, and then I'd grab my nods and helmet over there. Let's see. Most expensive firearm I've ever owned is my current M4, $2,500, and least expensive firearm I ever owned was .22 revolver, which is free and sold for $5. The only revolver in this whole building is right here where my face is. See that leather right there? That was a pistol my mom had. It's a .22 long rifle. That's the only revolver in the whole house. Not a big revolver fan. Not when you can load a magazine so quickly and have more ammo that you just instantly have another 20 rounds. Depending on the pistol you're messing with. I've been a big fan of the SYNC stuff. So the 365, the X Macro one as well. I'm really liking that SIG. I do not like SIG pistols like the P20 or 226 and 9. I'm not a fan of those for the bore height kind of thing, but I really like their 365 style pistols. They feel like a full-size pistol, but they're compact, so they conceal well. So those are kind of my favorite right now. Glock, I'm not a huge fan of Glock. Yeah, there's a bunch on the wall, but Glock needs to do better at designing new shit. And yes, they work great. They're awesome. They're always going to work, but it's 2023, almost 2024. Like, don't just change it a little bit and consider it a new thing. Nothing like a big wheel gun smoking calibers. Yeah, some people like that stuff. I'm not a huge fan. That just makes it easier for you guys to buy them, though, that like them, because I'm not going to buy them. So it'll be sitting there waiting for you to pick up at your local gun shop. Going to have to repaint my rifle when I get back to Florida. Yeah, you're not going to be able to paint it where you're at right now. It's too damn cold. Now I have 3D printed metallic purple stippled AR-15 grips. You go, Davy J. The 454, yeah. No, I don't like those, especially the revolvers and those big calibers. I'm not man enough to shoot those like you guys are. I'd rather just grab a rifle and do the business with the rifle if I need something that big. 10 millimeter, that'd be the biggest I'd go for bear hunting or something, or protecting myself from some grizzly bear that wanted to kill me. Though more than likely I'd have a rifle with me if that was the case, along with a pistol. But we got black bears out here. Not that they can't do anything. The most powerful weapon is a naked 40 with a lawn flamingo in one hand and four loco in the other. Abigail, you would know, you're from Florida. All right. We're going to have to end this at some point. You guys are out of control. I can smell that tea. It smells like whiskey. Wouldn't that be funny if they had like smell-o-vision? If I drank that much whiskey, I would be laying here passed out by now. DW. Yeah, see, 44 Magnum. That's big enough. None of this crazy stuff. 454 stuff. All right, if that's it, we're out of here. So look forward to some video footage of Snipers Unknown coming up. I'm just going to do it on the phone. I'm not going to use my camera. It's just so much easier and faster to edit videos. The quality's not there, but You guys do great at watching my stuff, but it's just not worth the small amount of views that I'm getting. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully I got you guys to kind of scratch your head and think, man, maybe I'll shoot one of them NRL Hunters. And I'll go out and have a good time. I'll try it out. I can even sign up for skills so the cost isn't very much. I can use what I have. Maybe I'll just try it because Rick said it was really cool. So wherever you're at in the United States, somewhere semi-close by, hopefully, there's going to be somewhere at some time this year that you can probably set up after you look at NRLHunter.org and find a match nearby, sign up for, and maybe we can run into each other and have fun, maybe even drink a beer. So other than that, you guys have a great night. Stay safe, stay healthy. Got a lot of people I'm hearing about having medical issues, and I hate to hear about that. So hopefully you guys have a wonderful night. And thanks again for showing up. And if you get a chance and you're not a subscriber, hit the subscribe button. It doesn't cost anything. It's free all day long for the next 24 hours. The subscription is free. You guys have a wonderful night. Stay safe. I'm going to end the stream. Oh, Kenny says, I'll lend you a rifle and ammo if you're serious about trying a match with us. There you go. Yeah, Kenny's planning on trying to shoot some matches. So that'll be cool. So hit him up. Hit him up. Good night. Good night, John. Good night, Kenny, Abigail, DW, Ace and Hole, and all you guys watching. I appreciate all 23 of you guys now. Take care.